Barron Trump was tested like never before. But what his parents did next will leave you speechless. You won't believe the shocking moment that followed. The world often watches the lives of public figures closely, but there are moments that remind us all of the deep, unbreakable bonds that exist within families. One such moment occurred when Barron Trump, the youngest of the Trump family, faced one of the most difficult challenges of his life. It wasn't the spotlight or the media scrutiny that made this moment so impactful. It was the way his parents, Donald and Melania Trump, stood by him. What happened next wasn't just about defending him publicly. It was about the strength of family and the love that transcends all else. In today's story, we'll look at the powerful actions of Donald and Melania, who didn't just offer support. They made it clear that family comes first, no matter the obstacles. In a world where public figures are often divided by political opinions, this story shows us the power of unity, love, and protection. Join us as we explore how the Trump family came together during Barron's toughest moment, and how their unwavering support became a beacon of strength. This isn't just another headline, it's a lesson on the true meaning of family. It started like any ordinary day for Barron Trump, but little did he know that the incident that unfolded would forever change his perspective on public life. Barron, known for his calm and composed nature, was thrust into the media spotlight during an event that quickly took a sharp turn. The incident occurred during a high-profile public gathering where Barron, like many young individuals, was simply attending to enjoy the moment. But his presence, as usual, drew attention, both positive and negative. In a crowded room filled with reporters, photographers, and onlookers, Barron was subjected to public criticism that seemed unprovoked, leaving him in a vulnerable and emotional state. It wasn't just the harsh words or negative glances, it was the sense of isolation that he felt in that moment. The harshness of the situation took Barron off guard. It wasn't that he wasn't used to attention or criticism, but the intensity of this particular moment hit harder. What made it worse was the public nature of the incident, where every reaction was scrutinized, every expression noticed, and the emotional weight of it all felt overwhelming. What Barron didn't expect, however, was the immediate reaction from his family. As soon as Donald and Melania were made aware of what had happened, their instincts kicked in. But even before their intervention, it was clear this was a defining moment for Barron. His poise and resilience in the face of adversity would become evident to everyone watching. Despite the chaos and pressure, Barron's ability to stand tall without reacting to the mocking or criticism showcased an inner strength far beyond his years. But the incident was more than just an isolated event. It was a wake-up call for the Trump family, and it underscored the significance of their unity and the power of standing together. The media frenzy surrounding Barron's emotional moment set the stage for an even more significant response from his parents, who immediately went into protective mode. This event would be the catalyst for a remarkable display of familial support that would have a lasting impact not only on Barron, but on the way the world would perceive the Trump family's bond moving forward. The moment the public learned about Barron's difficult situation, Donald Trump, known for his unwavering protective nature when it comes to his family, stepped forward in full force. His response was swift, decisive, and packed with a level of defiance that would leave a lasting mark on the media landscape. As a father, his first priority was ensuring that his son's dignity and well-being were maintained, no matter the cost. Standing in front of a crowded press room, Trump addressed the issue head-on, clearly upset by the events that had transpired. With his signature no-nonsense approach, he wasted no time in expressing his anger at the treatment Barron had received. His words were deliberate, cutting through the noise with a sharpness that resonated with those in attendance. He called out those who had dared to mock Barron, asserting that the treatment of his son was not only unfair, but beneath the standards of a civil society. In his defense, Trump didn't just focus on Barron's strength, but also on the importance of protecting young people from unnecessary public scrutiny. His message was clear. No child should be subjected to such criticism, particularly when they had done nothing wrong. What made this defense even more powerful was the way Trump conveyed it. His tone wasn't just that of an angry father, It was a bold, assertive proclamation meant to send a message to anyone who dared to target his family. He made it clear that Barron was not someone to be undermined or ridiculed, despite being a figure that lived in the spotlight. His confidence in defending his son was a direct reflection of the strong bond they shared, and it sent a ripple through the media and public opinion. Donald's defense also pointed to a larger issue that had plagued the public eye for years: how the media and the public often targeted public figures' families, especially those of politicians. With a focused message, he spoke out against the exploitation of his family for sensational headlines, while reiterating that his son was just that, a child who deserved to be left in peace. By the end of his defense, it was evident that Trump wasn't just speaking out for Barron, but also standing up for what he believed to be right. A stand for family values, protection, and the need for boundaries in the often harsh and unforgiving public sphere. The press conference would go down as one of the most defining moments in Donald Trump's career as a father and public figure, as it highlighted the lengths to which he would go to shield his loved ones from harm. As the public drama surrounding Barron intensified, Melania Trump, ever the composed and graceful figure, entered the narrative with a response that would leave an indelible mark on the situation. While Donald Trump had already come forward to defend Barron in the public eye, Melania's reaction was rooted in her unique approach to motherhood and the protection of her family, one that balanced strength with empathy. For Melania, this was more than just a matter of defending her son. It was about sending a message of quiet yet unwavering support. As a mother, she instinctively knew that words were important, but actions spoke louder. Melania's decision to respond in her own way showcased her innate ability to approach challenges with poise, while still making an impact. In private, Melania was seen having heartfelt, one-on-one conversations with Barron, offering him a much-needed sense of security and love. Her approach wasn't one of confrontation, but of emotional understanding. She knew that, at just a young age, Barron had been thrust into a world full of complexities and harsh judgment. Her first priority was to help him understand that he was not alone and that no matter what, his family would always have his back. Melania's public appearance following the incident was marked by her serene yet resolute demeanor. As she took the stage, the contrast between her and the loud, brash atmosphere of the political landscape could not have been more striking. Dressed in a sophisticated yet understated ensemble, a sleek coat, dark trousers, and a gentle but purposeful smile, she embodied a figure of elegance and strength. She didn't need to raise her voice to make a statement. Her presence alone was enough to convey the depth of her feelings. In her speech, Melania emphasized the importance of family unity and the unconditional love that binds them together. Her words were carefully chosen, highlighting the resilience of her son and the strength of their family unit. She spoke of how crucial it was for young people, especially those in the public eye, to maintain their sense of self-worth despite the negativity that might surround them. Her message was simple: Barron would not be defined by the cruelty of others. But it wasn't just about words. Melania's actions spoke volumes. In a deeply personal moment, she was seen reaching out to Barron, her hand gently placed on his shoulder, her eyes filled with reassurance. This physical gesture, though subtle, was incredibly powerful. It was a moment of silent solidarity, a mother offering her son the strength he needed to carry on, even in the face of adversity. What was particularly remarkable about Melania's response was how she maintained her dignity throughout. In a world where many might have rushed to a fiery public response, she chose to handle the situation with grace and a quiet, steadfast conviction. She remained above the fray, demonstrating a level of emotional intelligence that was admired by many. Through her response, Melania Trump became not just a figure of style and grace, but a symbol of a mother's love and strength. She proved that, in the end, it wasn't the loudest voice that made the most difference. It was the quiet, resolute force of love and support that truly carried the day. In the aftermath of the incident that had tested their family, the Trumps stood together, unified, demonstrating the strength of their bond despite the public scrutiny. The incident, which had initially threatened to divide them in the eyes of the world, ultimately became a defining moment for the family, a moment that showcased their unwavering loyalty and commitment to each other. Donald and Melania, in their own unique ways, had each taken steps to protect Barron and shield him from the harsh spotlight. But it was in the quiet, behind-the-scenes moments that the true power of their family bond became evident. The Trumps, often seen as a political family, were now presented with a rare opportunity to demonstrate their togetherness in a deeply personal, human way. As they gathered together in their private space, away from the public eye, the family was seen holding a discussion in a calm and collected manner. Barron, who had once seemed withdrawn and unsure in the face of the public criticism, was now surrounded by the love and support of his parents. Donald, though known for his tough exterior, demonstrated a softer side, making sure his son knew that he was protected and valued above all else. Melania, ever the nurturing figure, took the lead in offering words of encouragement to Barron. Her support, both emotional and practical, proved to be the glue that held the family together during this trying time. With a gentle touch and reassuring words, she reminded Barron of his worth and the importance of resilience. The love between Melania and Barron was palpable, a silent but powerful force that radiated throughout the room. Her calm presence was the grounding element that allowed the family to process the difficult moment they had just endured. Meanwhile, Donald's involvement, though often straightforward, carried a reassuring weight. His strong, reassuring words were not just meant for Barron, but for the entire family. He spoke of the importance of standing together, of protecting each other from outside judgment, and of the strength they all had as a unit. His focus was not just on the immediate situation, but on ensuring Barron understood the long-term lesson. No matter what, they would always be there for him. The Trumps spent several hours together, away from cameras and the chaos of the outside world, talking, laughing, and simply being there for one another. Barron, who had previously been the subject of ridicule, seemed to find comfort in the safety of his family's love. As the hours passed, it became clear that the support he was receiving from his parents was more than enough to help him navigate the storm of public opinion. Donald and Melania's unity was not just displayed in their words, but in their actions as well. Together, they ensured that Barron had everything he needed to feel secure and supported. Their collective strength was a testament to the bond they shared, and it was clear that no outside forces, no matter how strong, would be able to break it. As they spent this time together, it became obvious that the family's response to the incident wasn't simply about defending Barron. It was about teaching him the value of resilience, strength, and love. It was a family united not only by their name, but by their unwavering commitment to each other. For Barron, this time with his parents was transformative. The love and protection he felt from his family in those crucial moments gave him the strength to carry on. For Donald and Melania, their joint efforts to protect Barron further solidified their bond as a family, and they stood together, stronger than ever before, ready to face whatever challenges the future might bring. The Trumps, in that private moment of togetherness, had shown the world a different side of themselves, one rooted in love, support, and the unshakable bond of family. Through this shared experience, they had proven that no matter the circumstances, family would always come first. As news of the incident spread, it didn't take long for the public and media to weigh in. The ripple effect was swift and intense. Opinions divided, and a range of emotions flooded social media, news outlets, and political circles. The media, always eager to sensationalize, seized the moment, each outlet offering its own narrative about the incident, the Trump family's reaction, and Barron's position in the spotlight. But what emerged in the wake of this situation was a much larger conversation about family unity, resilience, and the often criticized nature of public life. The media frenzy began with pundits and commentators speculating about the motivations behind Donald Trump's public defense of Barron. Some hailed his protective stance as a strong act of fatherly love, while others criticized his response as politically motivated. This divided response was to be expected, as public opinion often swings depending on political leanings, but the one undeniable factor was that the entire situation had brought Barron into the spotlight, whether by his will or not. News outlets painted a picture of a divided family, with Donald and Melania at odds over how to handle the situation. Some claimed Melania had kept a lower profile, while others speculated that her quiet response was a strategic move to protect Barron from further public scrutiny. This led to a flurry of media coverage, with contrasting headlines framing the family's reactions in various lights. Some praised the First Lady's composed and private approach, while others mocked the family for their perceived detachment from the situation. The public response to Barron's family defense was equally polarized. On social media, there were those who applauded the Trumps for their solidarity and determination to protect their son. Many saw Melania's and Donald's public support of Barron as a refreshing display of parental love and support in a world often fraught with negativity. The comments under social media posts reflected admiration for the family's cohesion, with thousands rallying behind them, showing a surprising amount of empathy for Barron, who had previously been under constant public scrutiny due to his father's high-profile career. On the flip side, the media also sparked outrage among critics, who saw the Trumps as leveraging the situation to garner public sympathy. There was a vocal portion of the public who argued that the family's unity was an image management tactic, designed to distract from other political issues surrounding the Trump administration. These critics ridiculed the family for using Barron as a pawn in the larger political game. There were accusations that they were merely playing to the audience's emotions, manipulating their public image while presenting themselves as a family torn apart by the pressures of public life. Despite the heated debates online, some voices in the media attempted to shift the conversation toward a more humanistic perspective. Psychologists and family experts weighed in on the situation, noting how important it was for Barron to feel supported by his family during such an emotionally charged event. They pointed out that the defense from his parents was not just about shielding him from public ridicule, but also about showing him how to handle adversity with dignity. This perspective gained traction as many people, regardless of their political affiliations, found common ground in the idea of standing by one's family during difficult times. Interestingly, some prominent figures outside of the political realm also chimed in. Celebrities and influencers took to social media, expressing their support for Barron. Several high-profile figures made statements about the importance of mental health and the impact of public pressure on children, offering messages of solidarity with Barron and his parents. These messages counterbalanced the negative media coverage, with many emphasizing the need for empathy and understanding when dealing with the pressures of being in the public eye at such a young age. Despite the negative narratives circulating, the family's defenders used the media backlash as an opportunity to rally support for Barron and the Trump family. The hashtag #StandByBarron quickly gained traction, with people from all walks of life expressing their admiration for the way the family had come together. The narrative around Barron began to shift from one of a vulnerable, often criticized young person to that of a resilient and supported child, with his parents standing by him in the face of overwhelming challenges. The media landscape continued to debate, but ultimately, the public reaction revealed something more profound: a desire for families, regardless of their political status, to protect and stand by their loved ones. It wasn't just a political statement, it was a human one. People who had never paid much attention to Barron Trump began to see him in a new light, empathizing with him as a child struggling under the weight of his parents' public life. As the media frenzy slowly began to die down, it became clear that, despite the polarizing opinions, the Trump family had weathered the storm together, and Barron had emerged from the experience stronger, supported, and more united with his parents than ever before. The family's response, the media's portrayal, and the public's reaction highlighted just how crucial family support is, especially in a world where the public eye can be both a source of pressure and judgment. In the aftermath of the incident, as public opinion began to settle, a much deeper and more profound lesson emerged from the entire ordeal. It wasn't just about the specific incident or the public spectacle surrounding Barron Trump, but rather the larger, universal lesson in family unity, resilience, and the power of standing together as a unit when faced with adversity. As the Trump family weathered the storm of public ridicule and media scrutiny, their response to Barron's difficult moment became a teaching moment for many. Despite the political division that often surrounds their lives, this situation highlighted something that transcended party lines: the importance of family solidarity. Donald and Melania Trump's unwavering support for their son demonstrated that, no matter the public pressures or the political environment, the bond between a parent and child should remain untouchable. For many, the image of the Trump family standing together, united and unshaken, was a refreshing reminder of the power of familial support. This is especially poignant in today's world, where families can often feel divided due to external pressures, whether they are financial, social, or even political. The Trump's example became a silent but powerful statement on the importance of keeping family at the center of your life, regardless of what the world might throw at you. Melania Trump, in particular, embodied the message of family resilience. Throughout the ordeal, she remained calm and composed, never allowing the chaos of the public sphere to overshadow her commitment to her son. Her gestures, though often quiet and understated, spoke volumes to many who admired her ability to maintain a sense of calm and dignity in the face of such intense scrutiny. She wasn't just standing by Barron physically. She was giving him the emotional space to grow, process, and overcome, something that many felt was too often overlooked in the hustle of modern life. Donald Trump's vocal defense of Barron also contributed to the lesson of family unity. His public declaration of support not only shielded Barron from the media's onslaught, but also sent a clear message: family comes first. In a world that often prioritizes personal or professional gain over familial relationships, this powerful stance reaffirmed the importance of protecting your loved ones, no matter the cost. His defense wasn't just about protecting Barron from public criticism. It was a demonstration of how powerful it can be when parents stand up for their children, especially when they are at their most vulnerable. For those watching from the outside, the message was clear. Family unity is a source of strength. It isn't about being perfect or having everything figured out. It's about having each other's backs, especially when the going gets tough. As families everywhere navigate the complexities of modern life, the Trump's response reminded many that, despite the noise and distractions of the world, a strong, united family is irreplaceable. The lesson also extended to how we handle adversity in general. Barron, as the central figure of this situation, became a symbol of resilience in his own right. Though only a teenager, he displayed maturity and composure under pressure. His ability to stay calm in the face of public ridicule, with his family standing firmly behind him, demonstrated a sense of emotional strength that many admired. It wasn't just about him being the son of prominent figures. It was about how he handled a situation that would have been difficult for any child to face, let alone one in the public eye. This reminded many parents of the power of instilling confidence, emotional stability, and resilience in their children. This moment also gave way to a conversation about the broader impact of public scrutiny on children of public figures. It opened up discussions on how to protect young people from the harsh realities of being thrust into the public eye, and how important it is for parents to shield them from negative influences while also preparing them for the pressures of the world. The Trump family's unified front, as imperfect as it might be to some, highlighted the deep need for emotional and psychological protection, especially for children growing up under such intense public scrutiny. As people reflected on the incident, the lesson was clear. In times of crisis, the strength of family can be the anchor that keeps one grounded. Barron's experience, though unique to his position, mirrored the struggles that many young people face as they grow up in a world that often feels chaotic and unforgiving. His story, in the context of the Trump family's reaction, became not just a lesson in standing by those you love, but also a testament to the importance of creating a supportive, resilient environment for children to thrive. In the end, the story of Barron Trump, his family's public defense of him, and Melania's silent but powerful gestures will be remembered not just as a political moment, but as a profound reminder of the strength, that comes from unity. The media may have sensationalized the situation, but what truly stood out was the unwavering dedication of a family who put each other first, who protected their own, and who showed the world that no matter the external pressures, family is where true strength lies. The emotional impact of unwavering family support on Barron Trump during his public trial cannot be overstated. In the face of public ridicule, social media storms, and media scrutiny, it was the consistent presence and encouragement of his parents, Donald and Melania, that played a pivotal role in shaping Barron's response and resilience. It was clear that their support not only shielded him from the external world's harsh judgments, but also helped foster a sense of self-assurance and emotional fortitude in him, lessons that would remain with him for the rest of his life. Barron, though young, found himself thrust into a spotlight that many people, regardless of age, would find overwhelming. The world watched as his every move was analyzed and criticized, from his posture to his expressions. But instead of succumbing to the pressure, Barron showed remarkable composure. His ability to remain calm and poised in the face of intense media scrutiny was in part due to the strong foundation of support built by his parents. It was this unwavering belief in him that kept him grounded during such trying moments. Donald Trump, despite his controversial persona and the often abrasive nature of his political career, demonstrated a deeply protective and nurturing side when it came to his son. Publicly defending Barron was not just an act of parental loyalty. It was an affirmation of the value he placed on his family, particularly his son's well-being. By standing by Barron in such a public way, Donald Trump showed that no matter the outside pressures, family comes first. This defense gave Barron the emotional armor he needed to weather the storm and allowed him to feel that, regardless of what the world thought, his parents had his back. For Melania Trump, her role in Barron's life was equally important. A mother's touch can often be the quietest yet most powerful force in a child's life, and Melania's calm, collected demeanor in the wake of the incident provided Barron with emotional stability. Her subtle yet profound gestures, whether it was a comforting word, a reassuring smile, or simply being there when Barron needed her, played a crucial part in maintaining his emotional equilibrium. Unlike the loud, chaotic nature of public life, Melania's support was steady and unwavering. Barron, in turn, displayed a quiet strength that mirrored his mother's own resilience. Beyond the defense and the emotional support, the Trump's response to the situation also had an impact on Barron's view of public life. As he navigated his own journey in the public eye, Barron learned the importance of responding to adversity with dignity and self-respect. His family's united front demonstrated that personal strength and resilience come from within, but also from those who stand by you when the world feels like it's closing in. This early lesson in handling public scrutiny with grace was something that would shape Barron's future interactions with the world. The family's support, however, extended beyond just the emotional aspects. It also contributed to Barron's sense of security and confidence. With his parents by his side, Barron was able to feel less isolated in the face of public opinion. His family unit became a safe harbor where he could find peace, away from the judgmental eyes of the media. This security, in turn, helped Barron process the emotional stress of the situation with greater clarity. Rather than reacting impulsively or becoming defensive, Barron was able to stay grounded and focused on what truly mattered to him: his family's unwavering love and support. Additionally, the outpouring of public support for Barron following the incident served as a reflection of the positive impact of family support. People recognized the strength Barron showed in the face of adversity, and many praised his parents for the way they handled the situation. The narrative shifted from one of mockery and criticism to one of admiration and respect for how Barron conducted himself. This shift in public perception can be directly attributed to the positive influence of Donald and Melania Trump. Their approach to parenting, particularly during a crisis, became an example for others, showcasing the importance of showing strength as a family unit, no matter the challenges. Barron's emotional resilience was a testament to the power of supportive family relationships. In times of hardship, the support of loved ones can be the key to overcoming the most difficult challenges. It is this support system, consisting of both parents and the wider family, that can provide a child with the tools needed to navigate life's obstacles. In Barron's case, his family's response to his difficulties became the foundation of his emotional growth and maturity. Ultimately, Barron's experience under public scrutiny became a powerful example of how family support can foster emotional intelligence, resilience, and strength in the face of adversity. His ability to weather such a storm without losing his composure was a direct result of the love, protection, and guidance he received from Donald and Melania. Their unwavering support not only helped Barron navigate one of his toughest moments, but also set him on a path of emotional stability that would guide him through future challenges in his life. In the days following the incident, the public's attention continued to linger on Barron Trump, his family's defense of him, and the media's relentless coverage. The aftermath of the situation became a complex mix of media reactions, public opinions, and the subtle shift in how Barron was perceived by both the media and the general public. Initially, the incident sparked a wave of criticism and mockery, but the defense from both Donald and Melania quickly shifted the narrative. It was clear that the Trumps' response was not just a simple parental defense, but an act of dignity in the face of a challenge that many would have crumbled under. The public's opinion began to change as many people rallied behind Barron and his family. While some critics still aimed their attacks at the family, the tide of sentiment seemed to lean more toward admiration for Barron's ability to handle the situation with composure. For Barron himself, the aftermath was less about the comments of the outside world and more about the internal growth he experienced. The incident, as painful as it was in the moment, became a defining point in his life. It pushed Barron to understand the complexities of fame, public opinion, and the weight of being part of a prominent family. Yet, through it all, he demonstrated a maturity far beyond his years, a testament to his upbringing and the strength of his family bond. For Melania Trump, the aftermath was a time for reflection. She had always been protective of her son, but the incident forced her to publicly display her maternal instincts in a way she had never done before. The supportive gestures and words she shared with Barron became part of a larger narrative on how a mother's love can shape a child's resilience. She watched Barron navigate the public eye with a quiet pride, knowing that her unwavering presence was one of the driving forces behind his strength. The media also began to reassess its portrayal of Barron. While he had previously been seen as a quiet figure, often ignored or scrutinized by the press, the incident brought attention to the young man's ability to endure hardship with poise. As the media spotlight shifted away from mocking Barron to more respectful coverage, people started to see him in a new light. Not as the child of famous parents, but as an individual with his own character and strength. Donald Trump's role in the aftermath was equally crucial. His public defense of Barron, combined with his own brash yet protective nature, added a layer of complexity to the story. In a world where public figures often shy away from addressing personal matters, Donald's forthright defense highlighted his commitment to his family, particularly his son. This wasn't just about a father protecting his son from the harsh realities of the world. It was about showing a strong, united front that defied the typical political spectacle. The broader public response also began to evolve. The support for Barron grew as many people admired the Trump's strong family unit. From family-oriented groups to those who valued the importance of defending loved ones, there was a shift in how people viewed Barron's role in the public eye. Many saw him not as the target of ridicule, but as a young man who, with the support of his family, was learning to navigate an often cruel world. In the months following the incident, Barron's public appearances became less frequent, but when he did appear, the media and public seemed to approach him with more respect. He was still young, still learning, and still finding his way in the shadow of his parents' public lives. However, the incident had done something important. It helped solidify Barron as more than just a name in the headlines. He was now viewed as someone capable of handling adversity with grace, largely due to the lessons taught to him by his family's example. The aftermath also marked a turning point for Donald and Melania Trump's public image as parents. While their political views and actions often drew sharp criticism, this particular episode painted them in a more relatable light. The world saw that, beyond the political persona, they were parents first and foremost, standing firm for their child when it mattered most. Their ability to showcase vulnerability and unity during such a trying time helped humanize them in the eyes of many who may have previously been skeptical. For Barron, the aftermath also meant a deeper understanding of the dynamics of fame, the expectations placed on his family, and the protective bubble that his parents had worked so hard to create for him. As he continued to mature, this experience would serve as a foundational moment for his personal development, teaching him the importance of strength, integrity, and family loyalty. In the end, the aftermath of the incident became a narrative about resilience, not only for Barron but for his family as a whole. It was a reminder that, despite public scrutiny, no one could tear apart the bond between a child and their parents. The strength Barron gained in those days following the incident would stay with him, preparing him for whatever challenges life would throw his way in the future. The story of Barron Trump's moment of public scrutiny, his family's unshakable support, and the aftermath highlights a powerful narrative about strength, resilience, and unity. In the face of criticism and ridicule, Barron stood tall, supported not just by his parents but by a larger wave of public sentiment that recognized his ability to handle adversity with dignity. Donald and Melania Trump's response was a testament to their unwavering commitment as parents, showing the world that their priority was protecting their child's well-being, no matter the public eye. While the incident itself could have become a defining moment of ridicule, it ultimately showcased the strength of family bonds. Donald's outspoken defense of Barron and Melania's quiet yet impactful support demonstrated the profound effect family can have in navigating life's toughest moments. Together, they not only stood by Barron, but set an example of what it means to protect and love unconditionally, regardless of public opinion. In the end, Barron's journey through this difficult experience has given him the tools to face the world with more confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, the support of his family will always be his strongest foundation. The world witnessed not just a public defense, but a family coming together to protect what truly matters, each other. This story is not just about a moment in the spotlight, it's a timeless reminder of the importance of family, unity, and resilience.